Balenciaga and all that kind of stuff, and their physical features aren't as appealing as others. So just because you're gonna put on clothes don't mean to make you look good.
Well, I want to look good whenever I'm going out. Not always looking raggedy, like.
Welcome to the Wild Wild West.
What? At least. Oh shit. I think I run out of patience. Oh my god, this is America. Couldn't wait. He just run out of patience. I want to ask you something. Like, what do you think about early age marriage? When I mean early age marriage, yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, maybe someone from the age of 18 to 20, 22, 25, yeah, about, I would say, I'll call them early age marriage, right?
Okay, so those who've got married early.
Yeah.
What do I think about it?
Yes.
It's doable. It's been done. We would have to understand that it isn't the age, it's the content of somebody's character and the mental maturity of that individual.
Okay.
Who is getting married. Because just because you're 50 or 80 doesn't mean that you're going to be an upstanding partner, and nobody is perfect. But you still have to be in a kind and a considerate mind frame to even maintain a relationship. So I think it's possible.
Well, for me, the reason why I asked this question because there's, coming from Nigeria, at the age, like, it's not really common for you to see maybe 18 years, like someone who is like well educated, and I'll say yes, well educated, to say maybe at the age of 18 to 25 is like thinking about getting married. It's a common like ideology like that, but of a recent, people are really changing that, because why? You find this young men who maybe have a side hustle, maybe through other way they became successful earlier. So like if they find the woman of their dream and they decided to say, okay, I want to get married. But the thing is, the public out there, maybe the people, like maybe close friends or people who are not really used to seeing young Nigerians getting married, will be like, oh no, he's too young. Why not he keep investing in his money? And with what is happening in the life, like, some women, to be honest, they'll say, okay, they are only after your money, which they will not obviously tell you. So people feel like at that age, when you make the money, why not you sit down and invest in that money, instead of going ahead and start making family right now, just that instant. And because you're maybe 18, 19 to maybe 20, 22, so they feel like it's not really a wise decision to do, because at that time you can't really have time to do whatever you're doing again to be successful, or to keep being successful in terms of maybe whatever you are doing, it's paying you financially. So but here in the United States, it's like once you have, like, it's common for you to see a young man or young lady who is married, like even at the age of 18, but and they have even started like making babies and the rest. And for me, I feel like, well, if the economic of that country is really working well, this will encourage people to also, start creating a family at an early age, which is a really perfect thing, because now as it is, you can at least grow and see your children growing too, which is a very good thing, you know. So I feel like, I don't know, it depends on the situation of every country. That's why that thinking has been here. So I want to hear your own thought on how it is on that aspect. If there's anything you think that, okay, is it because there's a particular thing, or is it a wise choice to do or not?
I don't think marriage, for me and myself, is not a necessity. But if it is someone's dream, goal, and desire, regardless of where they are, I'm still going to have to stand firm on these two people being kind and considerate and compassionate to each other. You also have to be each other's friends in marriages. So if someone is just beginning to hustle and has zero to no money, or someone is already in their hustle and has lots of money, you still have to allow that individual to continue on their journey as you walk with them. In a sense, sometimes doing things alone isn't as easy as doing things with someone who is not just your partner, but is your friend, is your family, and can help guide you. And my mother would say, check and checkmate, meaning self-correct, help you align, refocus you on what your vision is as individuals and together. So I don't think in today's society marriage is as popular, but there are quite a few people who do believe in becoming one union together. It's just going to be individual. I can't really speak for Nigeria and or the continent of Africa because I'm not fully knowledgeable, but I can understand how some circumstances in different countries and continents and states would have someone come together and hopefully not just to be able to survive, right? So I still think that I guess it's going to be the individual, and if they want to get married or if they don't want to be married. Some people are extremely successful and never married.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
So I don't know.
It's just that I'll say for we African, yes, maybe some tribes, and also some people will say some religion as well. At least, I'll say it encourage young men and women to get married in an early age. You understand? So, but for me, with the situation the way it is, I would say economically, because marriage is not something that you just go and take someone's daughter and then keep her and then you're not gonna take responsibility or take care of her. So if the economy of a nation is not really doing well, such things also got, like I say, they'll be affected too, like there's if the economy is not moving, young men are not really having better job or better businesses to that can give them more income for them to also think that, okay, yes, at least I'm contented with what I have. Now I feel like I can take care of somebody. So for me, I feel like those are some of the problems that lead to people feeling like it's not a good idea for you to want to even get married at an early age. Like for us Nigerians, or I would say, I don't know in other African countries though, we always believe that, okay, you need to have something tangible doing, like something that can really show up. But it's just, I'll keep saying again, like it's just the nature of the country that is causing that, you know. So if the economy is good, fine. Definitely it will encourage a lot of things, which is, I'll say, one is also part of getting married at early age. Yeah, when I mean early age, I mean from the age of maturity, adult, which we all know from 21, 18, 21 till 25, and so on. So yeah, it just sparked me, and I've really have a thought about it. Like, oh yeah, you know, compared to here in the Yankee, where you see people like, oh yeah,
America.
very, yeah, America. Sorry. Yeah, they say Yankee is an offensive word, so I'll learn that. I'm learning. So, well, it's just my thought on that. So yeah, thank you.
Well, I don't believe that a man should take a wife or a husband, whatever he is interested in, without being able to maintain for the expectations of the woman. There are some very independent women who are okay with bringing finances to the table. If a man cannot protect and provide, then that may be a challenge. But it doesn't take a rich man to treat a woman like she's everything. And it doesn't take a rich woman to make sure that her husband feels and knows that he is everything. It's going to still depend on these two individuals who are ready to rock steady with each other. Just because you don't have it today doesn't mean that you can't pray and guide and work hard toward what you guys are looking for, right? Because faith without work is what? So you have to work hard. You have to keep your faith. These individuals, I will still go back to being understanding with one another, being kind and considerate of each other. I would hope that two people have come together in this agreement and have exposed each other's wants and needs, and is able to communicate what they want, what they don't want, and what they're willing to compromise on. And that's what's going to take them to the end of time, is understanding that sometimes it's going to be great, and also understanding that sometimes it's not going to be so great. And someone who got married at 18 can go into the end of time. Someone who got married at 50 can be divorced in a month. And they're very successful, right? So I do believe, and I'm not always right, financial burdens have been particularly responsible for divorce. But a lot of us won't live under our means. We want all and everything, and sometimes we expect one person to be able to go and get that and maintain that, when maybe she may have to get up and help in order to live a softer life, right? So what is the agreement between these two people? What is the understanding between these two people, right?
Yeah.
Taking care of home, right? Making sure your home and your priorities are straight for one another, to be able to be at a peace, to be able to work through whatever life challenges are.
Absolutely.
So if someone is young and considering marriage and truly have taken it into heart and do understand that it gets hard sometimes, but this person is absolutely and utterly worth it, I would encourage marriage. There's too many frivolous relationships in the world. Look at America, not to belittle or to harm or criticize, but there's so many of us women who are single mothers. And I'm not saying marriage is going to keep a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Right? That's absolutely not true. But you would pray that you meet someone who does come into your life and you can see the characteristics of that individual that shows responsibility, reliability, dependability, right? Someone who's willing to stay even when they're angry or upset, someone who has shown you who they truly are, and then you get married. And then possibly something I've noticed in other countries, some people do stay together through thick and thin, and it may look crazy, right? It may look like, oh, I would never put up with that. But when you are in love and this is your person, this is your partner, sometimes it's not what you foresee. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to be together. It still means that you're supposed to grow with each other through life. So I don't think marriage is a bad thing, but if it's not what someone's to do this, then I wouldn't encourage it. Don't marry someone just to lock them down and or have them, but with the purpose and with the meaning and with dignity, morale. You want to come together and understand that it's not going to be all peaches and cream. So I would encourage marriage or abstinence is spiritually spiritual attacks are real, going from bedpost to bedpost, right? And that's not just with physicality. It's adult entertainment. It's prostitutes. It's strippers. It's all of these things that kind of come against you. So life is going to be hard.
Absolutely.
No one promised that it was going to. Not even God promised it was going to be all easy. That's a fallacy.
Well, this is a very good spark of conversation, and for sure. And well, it's been nice, and I believe that some message has been passed, and I believe some things have been given out. So, yeah, thank you, sweetheart, for sharing your thoughts on this great unfiltered topic. Yeah, thank you.